Now, this emotion that you feel, it's really an interesting thing because you could give it lots of different names depending upon what's happening in your life. But one label would suit it just as well, and that is, it is discernment. It is an indicator of alignment or not. You see, who you really are is someone who, through life, has come to know only love. That's what source is. So when you find a reason to hate, no matter how justified it seems in your physical standards, as you stack everybody up and say these are desired behaviors and these are undesired behaviors, we know there are some very, very undesirable behaviors around you on your planet. And it seems logical from your physical format to sort them into piles and to condemn the most undesirable of them. But what happens in the first or last time that you attempted that is that as you proclaim something unwanted, undesirable, and you feel your hatred or your malice or your fear about it, that emotion that you are feeling is not an indication of the degree of badness of your object of attention. It is something so much simpler than that. It is your indicator of your personal internal disagreement with your own source. Because source, whether you like it or not, loves those that you hate. Esther said to us, Abraham, come on. You saw that. You don't really love that about that person, do you? And we say, if we cannot find a lovable aspect, we look somewhere else. In other words, we do not stand in a place of pushing against. And the larger part of you does not stand in a place of pushing against. So when you decide that you are going to utilize your emotional guidance system, what you're actually saying is, all right, I get it. I was non-physical energy. I came into this body as an extension of non-physical energy, of source energy, of that which man calls God, for the very express purpose of sifting through variety in order to inspire myself to an awareness of further expansion. Is that right? We say, yes, that's exactly right. And then you say, all right, so I'm in my physical body. I'm sorting through the contrast. I know what I don't want. I give birth to what I do want. But I can't easily focus on what I do want because it's a new vibration. Is that right? That's right. And it's easier for me to focus upon what I don't want because I do that more often. We say, that's right. But right there, you have the ability to lean in the direction of what you do want. And here is the best reason that we can ever give you for deciding to do that. You can't feel good otherwise. And the reason you can't feel good is because your life caused the larger part of you. Remember, that's us. That's where we come in. Your life in your physical body caused expansion of source. And source stands, the larger part of you, holding steady to that newfound place that you have carved out, calling you into alignment. And as you move in the direction of that alignment, as you move into this vortex of creation, you feel better and better and better. But if you hold yourself out there beating the drum of the problem, you feel worse and worse and worse. And the reason you feel bad is not because of the problem. The reason you feel bad is because you're depriving yourself of the energy of you. You are the creator of you see. And that really is the message of law of attraction. You have come into this body and you are expanding like crazy. And you have created a new and improved version of you. You are the creator of you. You in relationship to prosperity, and you in relationship to vitality, and you in relationship to clarity, and you in relationship to your lovers, you in relationship to all relationships. You have created you in relationship to how you live and where you live and what your lifestyle is. You have created the new and improved version of you, and you've got to be up to speed with it, or you will deprive yourself of the expansion that you have already carved out. And it is your own personal deprivation depriving you of you that equals 100% of all negative emotion that you feel. Don't you love knowing that? So you say, Abraham, I'm sad. I'm sad because I'm depriving myself of the me that I really am. And we say, that's the first step. Understanding what your negative emotion is. And when you understand what it is, now you know what to do about it, because you don't have to wait for your lover to come back or your ship to come in or the money to be downloaded into your bank account. You don't have to wait for the manifestation. You have the ability to feel good because you want to feel good. But you do not have the ability to set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. You've got to turn your frequency, you've got to tune your frequency to what you want, which means you have to be willing to let go of some of the conversation. So, why are we talking to you? Well, you've summoned us, but what's this all about? What is this knowledge that we are helping you to remember or find resonance with? What's its value to you? Why is it of advantage for you to understand that you are the creator of your own reality? Why is it of advantage for you to recognize that there are two vibrational aspects of you going on in every moment that you are focused in this physical body? Why is it important for you to know that these two aspects exist and that there is an emotional bond between them that lets you know how aligned you are with what you have created and its furthest extension, or how resistant you are to it? Well, it's not important in the sense that the longevity of your planet is at stake, because it isn't. Well-being is assured. It's not important if you are thinking in terms of even your reemerging into non-physical and you're understanding who you are and fulfilling your reason for being, because as you bang around in this physical life experience, you are becoming, and in what you call your death experience, we call it your croaking experience. We try to be disrespectful since there is no death. When you reemerge back into non-physical, you catch up with all that this life has added to who you are. In other words, you catch up with all that you are. So there's no big thing that is at risk if you, as this small cluster of people, or even mass consciousness, doesn't hear this, because the whole thing is so well established. You are source energy, and you are coming forward, and you are adding to the expansion of the universe because of being here in this physical body. And the larger part of you is expanding, and you will feel the utter satisfaction of all of that when you have your entrance or withdrawal from the physical back into the non-physical. You'll feel all of that satisfaction. The reason that we are visiting with you now is we don't think you should have to croak to find that satisfaction. We think you should be able to be here in this physical body and understand the wholeness of who you are. And we think that you are wise enough to tune yourself to the wholest part of who you are. We think that you should be able to be here in a physical body, explore the details, know what you don't want, know what you do want, and use your emotions to keep you tuned to the furthest expanded version of who you are. Because we know this for sure. When you don't feel good. So you can't hold your expansion back. It's a byproduct of life. You cannot hold your expansion back, but you can lazily or sloppily tune yourself out of alignment with that. And when you do, you feel crummy. When you do, you get sick. When you do, you don't like life. When you do, you feel fear, you feel hate, you feel anger. You feel all of those things that are just emotional indicators or physical manifestational indicators of thinking by default, really. Just thinking because it's in front of you. It'd be like sitting in front of your television and there's a program on and someone comes in and says, what is it? And you say, I don't know, but it's really miserable. And they say, why don't you change the channel? And you say, what? I never change the channel. I just come into the room and I sit down and I watch what's there. And then I comment on it. Just letting you know, this particular thing is really awful. We're not kidding. That's mostly what you do. you read the front page of the newspaper and you have a knee-jerk response to it. And you watch CNN and you have a knee-jerk response to it. And your kids call or your neighbors do something and you just look around and you respond. You just observe and respond and observe and respond and observe and respond. The good news is, every time you observe and respond, you launch a rocket of improvement. But if you don't do something about then tuning yourself to the improvement, then what happens is your life gets away from you. That's why the longer people live in their bodies, the ornerier and the sicker they usually get. Because life kept causing them to expand, but they didn't go. They just kept watching the same channel. They just kept observing and commenting on what they were observing. So this Art of Allowing workshop, this is about the art of allowing what? The art of allowing me in my physical human body, with my physical mind, with my physical ability to focus, is about me using my ability to focus myself into alignment with the furthest that I have become. And that is where true satisfaction comes from. Moment to moment to moment satisfaction. Nothing is more delicious than to explore life and know what you don't want and know what you do want, and then recognize that you've expanded. You can tell because you feel uneasy. You've expanded to a new place, but you've got chronic habits of thought that aren't letting you go there. What we want to introduce to you in a way that you can really feel it, and in a way that we would like very much if it evokes a new decision within you, we want you to be on the quest for the path of least resistance. And we want you to understand that the path of least resistance is this viable, magnificent path because the source within you has already carved it out. All of these rockets of desires that you put over here into this vortex of creation have put a powerful, powerful point of attraction into motion, where all cooperative components have been assembled. So the question that this workshop asks of you and will help you answer is, are you a cooperative component of your own creation? We want you to get it. You are the creator of you. You have created a prosperous, healthy, vital, alive, good feeling, good timing, very exhilarated version of you into your vortex of creation. And you've got to find ways of focusing yourself into alignment with that before you can, in this moment, in real time, experience the true version of who you are. You are not meant to be fragmented beings. You are meant to see your life through the eyes of Source. You're meant to understand your world from the viewpoint of Source. We have enjoyed this interaction more than words can convey. You are a leading edge crowd in a leading edge time and space, exploring the variety of your life and causing an expansion of the universe for which the larger non-physical part of you feels utter and complete appreciation for. When you stand where you stand with your newfound determination to improve your mood, you release anything that even remotely approaches a deadline, and you completely align with everything that is a lifeline. When you decide that how you feel matters first and foremost, and you tend to that first, so that you get in the vortex and then you go to sleep, and you wake up in the vortex and then you greet your family. You get in the vortex and then you place the important phone call. You get into the vortex and then you drive your vehicle. You get into the vortex and then you write your book. You get into the vortex and then you write your song. You get into the vortex and then you greet your neighbor. You get into the vortex and then you get into the vortex and then you get into the vortex and then you enact, you become part of, you then represent, you then call forth the wisdom and the clarity of who you really are, and you apply it to this conversation, and the recipient